Hi, I'm Jessica McDonald with Wholesale Properties TV. I'm here live on location with Fixem Properties with Bob Gomez and Dave Jacobs. Tell me, when did you start your business and what is your area of focus?
We started Fixem Properties I'd say about 10 years ago. However, we've been investing in Arizona real estate well before that, but formally started about 10 years ago. My role at Fixem is to work with the investor and help the investor with the property that we've identified that they are interested in. Dave's role, I'll let him speak to that.
My role primarily is really finding deals out there for investors, and we find deals through many different avenues, including auction properties, short sales, probate transactions. The primary function of our business is wholesaling properties to investors.
Okay, and how do you help the investors become successful?
Well, we kind of offer a whole turnkey approach to investing in real estate. So one, as you heard, we find the property for the investor. We post them on our website, send out emails letting people know we have new properties posted, or we'll do custom searches for our investor. Now, if the investor needs help with funding, we help with that. If they need help with getting it fixed up, we have a long list of trusted contractors to help them with getting them fixed up. When it comes time to market the property, if the intent is to sell it, right away we'll help with that, get it listed or get it marketed for them. If they decide they're going to hold it and rent it, we will help them with that as well. So we kind of give them a whole turnkey approach to real estate investing.
And the way we're different is we're a full service wholesaler. We're probably one of the only ones in the valley. So we help them every step of the way because obviously if they're successful, then they're going to come back and buy more properties from us.
And what are the steps of the investment process?
Well, the first step, of course, is finding the right deal, the right property, which Dave helps with that. And then the next step is I'll actually go out and walk the property with the client and help them identify what needs to be done. By the time we're finished, we know pretty much what it's going to cost, plus or minus, to have the property put in a marketable condition. If they need funding to acquire the property, we'll help with that and bring in some of our partners to assist. Something as basic as a spreadsheet so that they keep track of all of their costs and expenses as they go down the process. So while Dave may have found them a great property that has a great margin, they can lose all that margin if they don't keep close tabs on what their costs and expenses are. And so we even help with keeping track of those expenses or giving them tools to keep track of those expenses. If they need help with the actual fix-up process, that would be the next step, is getting it fixed up. We'll give them recommendations on who they might use. And then the next is getting it on the market. So whether it's a rental or whether it's a property that's just going to be sold, that would be the next and final step, if you will, of the process. So acquisition, funding, fixing, filling or selling, and then moving on to the next one. And our thought is to try to make sure that we do everything we can to make that investor successful. Because if they are, they come back.
And what is the market like at the present time for investing?
The market obviously is going through some flux right now, and but in specific price ranges, it's still a pretty safe investment. And we've always recommended that investors, particularly looking for a fix and flip strategy, stay in the $200,000 and below price range. That market still seems to be pretty strong. FHA transactions are strong if you're going for a fix and flip strategy. Profit margins are very good in that range. Also, from a risk standpoint, it's a much lower risk because if you have to go to a buy and hold strategy, or if you decide to go to a buy and hold for a cash flow situation, those properties will still cash flow very well. Where if you get into a higher price range, it's hard to get the cash flow.
So the market is very strong for the buyer. They're great deals right now. Very strong for the investor who wants to hold a property, because the rental market is very strong in the Phoenix area. So there's quite a large demand for single-family rental properties. So in summary, the market is pretty good right now, especially in the price range that Dave has mentioned.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And if you come across an investor that wants to take on more of a passive role, are you able to handle the whole process all the way through for them?
Yep, we kind of hold their hand. If they want to be involved a little or a lot or none at all, we can help with that whole process.
We have a lot of investors actually that have full-time jobs, and they're
I bet.
doing that on a regular basis and don't have the time, or some just don't have the desire to do it. And so we do have a program where they could just be a passive investor, and we'll take care of the process from soup to nuts, from finding the property, getting it fixed up, renting it out, and they would get probably a pretty substantial return. If they have money sitting in the bank right now, probably making 0.5% or 1% if they're lucky, I'd say at a minimum they'd be looking at probably 20% rate of return. On top of that, there'd be some significant tax benefits as well. So we do have options certainly for that, and a lot of people take advantage of that.
Great. And for our viewers out there, how can they get a hold of you?
One, they can visit our website at ufpaz.com. They can also call our 800 number. Dave, you've got that memorized, I'm sure.
Which is 888-224-1841, or you can call us direct if you're local. You can reach me at 602-809-6622, or you could reach Bob at 480-695-3229.
Well, we want to thank you guys for having us. This is
Thank you.
Dave Jacobs and Bob Gomez of Fixem Properties, and we're signing out.
Thank you.